Okay, we're going to get started here in just a moment.
Yeah.
And you could leave that, Lieutenant, you could leave the door open. That's fine. You could leave it open. They're going to give me a signal when the team is here. So we're going to we'll talk loud and we'll get started. So if the board members could all please make sure you have your microphones on. Ready, Bridget? Mm-hmm. Okay, good evening. The hour being 6:32 p.m. on Monday, September 25th, 2023. I'd like to call to order the Brookfield Village Board meeting. Would everyone please join me in a pledge of allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Clerk Weber, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Ketchmark.
Here.
Trustee Cote.
Here.
Trustee Hendricks.
Here.
Trustee Niramatsu.
Here.
Trustee Gahuli.
Here.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Here.
And President Garvey.
Here. Thank you, Bridget. We have a couple of items, appointments, and under presentations. The first, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint Jason Kallmeyer to the Brookfield Beautification Commission.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Cote. Are there any questions or comments on the reappointment?
I would just like to say that Jason Kallmeyer has been a wonderful addition to the commission. I'm really excited that he'd like to continue. He brings a lot to the commission, and we are excited that he's going to continue volunteering. Also, his kids are really cute. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Nathan.
Yes, thank you for committing to serving further. I know you've been a big help to the commission, and I know you've got to support a family, so thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Cote.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Niramatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, Jason, if you could come up to Clerk Weber and you could bring your wonderful children up with you.
Just like, no.
If
You
you
could-
come
you
up,
might
there's
get a
something
sucker.
here for you if you come up.
Bribery. Bribery. Right here. Oh, is it? Okay. Okay, I, Jason Kallmeyer,
I, Jason Conlon,
having been appointed to the office of
having been appointed to the office of
Beautification Commission
Beautification Commission
in the Village of Brookfield
in the Village of Brookfield
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of
the Office of Beautification Commissioner
the Office of Beautification Commissioner
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you take You still get them, all right? Next time you come up.
The next appointment.
For the next time, when he gets reappointed, next time you come. Okay, the next item, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint Elaine Johns to the Brookfield Beautification Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Ketchmark. Any questions or comments on this reappointment?
No, I'm just really excited to have Elaine back. I know she's been on several commissions, and I'm excited that beautification gets to keep her for another term. Thank you so much, Elaine, for volunteering and all that you bring to the commission. Excited that you want to return.
Yes. Thank you, Elaine's one of those people you see everywhere at everything, so. Any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, can we have a roll call vote on that, please?
Trustee Ketchmark?
You
Aye.
can keep coming.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Niramatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank
Come on
you.
up.
Elaine, if you come
Elaine.
up. I think it was going to pass.
I, Elaine Jans,
I, Elaine James,
having been appointed to the office of
having been appointed to the office of
Beautification Commission
Beautification Commission
in the Village of Brookfield
in the Village of Brookfield
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the
And that I-
duties of
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of
the Office of Beautification Commissioner
the Office of Beautification Commissioner
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations again.
Thank you, Elaine.
Again, Elaine, thank you for all you do. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to move around a little bit on the agenda here because I've not got the high sign from the back of the room. We have some celebrities here tonight, but they are very busy celebrities, so they're not all here yet. So we're going to come back in just a moment to some presentations that we have. But at this point, I will open up the meeting to public comment. Is there anyone on the right side of the audience here that has any public comment? If you could please come up. Do we need, yeah, I mean, maybe just Vince is strong. If you could just state your name for the record, please.
May I approach for copies?
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Josue Cuevas. I live in 3418 Arden Avenue. Board President, Board of Trustees, community members. This will take like 5 minutes. I don't know what is the time limit.
Go ahead, take your
Okay.
time. Thank you.
So, dear Brookfield Board of Trustees, first, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the collaboration and efforts between the Village and School District 96 with the Safe Route School Program grant. In addition, thank you for all your hard work to improve our community safety and services needs. Today, a few parents from the community are joining the board meeting to express some safety concerns and share ideas for improvement, especially focused on the commute for the local kids to their corresponding schools. Some of the concerns that we, parents and members of the community, would like to address are the following. Number one, no visible signage at the main intersection highly transited by pedestrians, including kids commuting back and from school. For example, the intersection of Washington Avenue and Arden Avenue, this intersection is used daily by kids walking to the Hollywood Elementary, RB High School, and Hauser. Kids also cross the intersection to use the Kiwanis Park to attend sports and social events. This is a popular area for little baseball leagues, concerts, fairs, and other activities. This should be a focus for safety. With popular events upcoming at the zoo, it should also be considered. Number two, motorists transit the local street at high speed, even with kids present during school hours. For example, residents have witnessed cars speeding between Prairie and Gulf consistently. Likewise, their vehicles cut the corner, turning onto Garden, which is have a 20 miles limit for the bike boulevard, which is not enforced, especially during the high school commute. Cars do not stop for kids crossing at the intersection. Number three, low presence of police officers at intersections close to the Hollywood Elementary School. Riverside Police is present at RB High School area only. Number four, poor street illumination in the community. Many kids walk back from their corresponding schools in the dark during the fall, winter months. Number five, dangerous crossings at Ridgewood and First Avenue. Kids cross this highly transited avenue to attend the different schools. Crossing guards are only present at regular entry and dismissal hours. There are no crossing guards at this intersection that could assist students participating in after-hour programs who return to their homes later than 3 p.m. Number six, lack of crosswalks and sidewalks along the community school path of travel. There are a few areas in Hollywood where kids don't have a crosswalk or even a sidewalk to cross streets safely, and in somewhat dangerous places. For example, there is no crosswalk across the 37 block or Woodside to get to the Hollywood School. Also, on the south side of the tracks, just east of the track crossing, there needs to be a small stretch of sidewalk added along the Sioux Stop and Riverside Avenue. These are just examples. Number seven, inconsistency of bike lanes present in the streets around the village. Undoubtedly, Brookfield is a biking community. Many students use their bikes to commute back and forth to school. The residents definitely are excited to see that bike lines have been added to the Washington west of Prairie. However, this improvement did not continue east of Prairie. It makes little sense to have a bike boulevard with no safe paths to get in. Number eight, Narrow two-way streets with parking on both sides. For example, Arden Avenue, North Washington Avenue, cars are parked on both sides, making it difficult to enter and exit private driveways. Hard not only for kids and others to cross and see if cars are coming from both sides. Furthermore, many high school kids park their cars on this street and leave their spots speeding. This is extremely dangerous as the space is limited and car transit both ways.
Hello, my name is Sean Amador. I am a parent of a Hollywood School student as well as a Hauser student. So I'm going to read the recommendations for improvement. Today, a few parents are here to represent a larger group of residents and parents who would like to join forces with the village and create a task force to identify community safety needs and come up with possible solutions. Below are a few recommendations and solutions that this group would like to help the village implement. Number one, installation of additional signage at major intersections such as Washington and Arden Avenue. These signs should have a push button that activates an LED flashing stop sign system where pedestrians can notify motorists that they must stop. 2, addition of bump outs at more intersections that are transited by kids going back and forth from the schools. 3, increase of Brookfield police presence during commute hours. 4, addition of light posts and enhanced tree pruning to allow for more light on the village streets, especially those leading to different schools. 5, study and plan for the construction of a bridge, ramp, or underpass for pedestrians and cyclists to cross First Avenue and Ridgewood Road and Forest Avenue. We know that it is crucial that the Village of Brookfield Board works together with the Village of Riverside representatives to evaluate solutions and put together a plan together to ensure safety at the crossing of First Avenue and Ridgewood Road and Forest Avenue. This is not only essential for the kids of both communities attending shared educational institutions, but it would also increase the bike and foot traffic between the villages, which is mutually beneficial for our local economies. Number 6, study the current state of all village sidewalks and put together a plan for improvement of these community paths, especially if they lead to any of the local schools. 7, extend and add more bike paths with the proper signage. 8, study the paths of travel along the local streets in relationship to parking and road width. Identify issues that adjust roads' path of travel accordingly. 9, investigate why some high school students do not park their cars at the high school parking lot. Enforce high school students parking only at the high school parking lot.
I'm Mark Michalak. I live on Rockefeller. I have 3 kids that attend District 96 in Hollywood. So in conclusion, we are aware that all of these suggestions may be too much to execute all at once. However, we are here to offer our help. During the previous meeting, one of us learned that there was a grant available to the Village of Brookfield to make the school's path of travel safer. However, there had been no involvement of the schools nor of the parents for the village to understand the safety needs of the school's local community. It was not until this was questioned that the Hollywood Elementary School's kids received a survey for the parents to complete. The village was planning to repair sidewalks with the funds obtained from the grant. However, parents believe that even though the repair of sidewalks is important, there are other more pressing issues that affect the commute of their children. In addition, sidewalk repairs should be part of the ongoing projects of the village funded by the available village funds and not part of a grant that is dedicated exclusively to the safety of the school routes of not only the Brookfield area, but also the Riverside and Hollywood streets as educational infrastructures are shared. We encourage the village to review the responses from the surveys obtained from the school parents before proceeding with the decision on how to allocate the grant funds. In addition, we, as residents and parents, would like to be more involved. We would like for the village stakeholders to have monthly meetings with us, us being the safety task force, to work together in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the time you took in putting this together and your thoughtful suggestions. Chief Curavilla is usually here, but he's not here tonight, but Lieutenant Hahn's here. I'm going to give him a copy of this, and we've had discussions on some of these items, some of these things are in place, and some are ongoing issues that we are going to, in our budget talks are coming up, so we will take this into consideration, and then we'll notify you of future meetings and future opportunities for input. Really appreciate that you took the time to do this. We take it very seriously with the schools and the transportation. I know you're aware that we have numerous schools in the Village of Brookfield, and we have an X number of police officers we try to cover, and they all get in and out about the same time, so we try and work well with Riverside, and I think we do in terms of coordinating that. So it's a resource allocation, and there's always an opportunity to try and do better or different things. We pay for crossing guards and other things, but we work very well with the schools. We work very well with District 96. We've worked on many projects with RB. We work well with the Riverside Police and the other school districts in town. So this will go get the appropriate attention it gets, and we'll get back to you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out tonight and the work that you put into this. Okay. Is there any other public comment on this side? Is there any public comment on this side? Okay, I think I just got the high sign. The 11U celebrities are ready? Okay. All right, so if there's no further public comments, I'm going to go back to the presentations. So if we could have, if the Brookfield Little League Softball 11U All-Stars want to enter the room, maybe kind of just come into the boardroom. I'm going to come down in just a moment, and we have certificates, and the family's going to be able to come up and make a presentation. So if you just want to kind of maybe fan out that way for now, and I'll have them come up individually, or we're going to hand out the certificates. But the young ladies and coaches that you see here tonight are our Brookfield 11U girls softball team that finished second in the whole entire state of Illinois. You may recognize a lot of these faces because they are kind of good at this. The 10U team, which is a lot of the same people, finished third in the state last year. So I'm kind of looking at the progression. We've got third in state, second state. I'm going to talk to Coach about maybe making a reservation for next year's board meeting to have you guys back. Maybe, no pressure, but let's celebrate what they did this year. They finished second in the entire state at our own Hull Field over at Ellert Park, where they played for the state championship and lost to a very good Clarendon Hills team. But these girls played with a lot of heart. They spent a lot of their spring and summer practicing and working very hard to get to where they did, and they did the village very proud. And I received a lot of compliments from fans from other teams in the league and the district about the sportsmanship exhibited by these young ladies, the coaches, and our fans. So that always makes the village proud to hear that. So we wanted to bring them out tonight and congratulate them publicly, and we do have some certificates, and Trustee Nermitz is going to join me down here, and we're going to hand these out. And I encourage any family members that want to come up. I'm going to give each girl the certificate and the coaches, but anyone who wants to come up closer and get pictures, you could do that. Commissioner Aguilar wants to see and get a picture. Big deal. The whole county should know about this. I'll make sure it happens. So, let's see. We'll why don't do it this way. Trustee Nermitz will read off the names. If you come, I'll give you a certificate. Or why don't you give me one certificate? The certificates read the Village of Brookfield Board of Trustees congratulates and commends, and they'll have each coach's name and the young ladies' names. The 2023 Little League Softball 11U All-Star State runner-up. So the first is manager Michael Melendez. Coach Campbell, he's not a player, he's a coach.
Coach T.R. Pagoni.
Trying to go in the picture.
She's in all of them. She got the other angle, so she's in it again. She can't escape it.
Nora Graham.
You're not a.
Paige Olson. Lila Pagoni. Josie Swanson. Lula Smith.
We'll give these extras to Coach. Coach, you want to say a few words about the team?
Sure. One, obviously, I'm very, very proud of this group of girls. What they were able to accomplish was a tough year, a long, hard year filled with long days, long nights. They never complained, at least not too much. But no, they were a fun group of girls to be around. As President Garvey said, last year was finished third state, this year was second. We're going to keep working. We're going to try to build upon that. The 12U team, which is an incredibly talented team that's kind of set the standard for what we should expect to accomplish. And there's going to be a lot of hard work between then and now, but I know this group is dedicated to doing that work. And yeah, we're looking forward to being back here next year. Just, again, very proud of all of them, very proud of what they've done, and you're still young and you still have so much more to accomplish. So,
I know. Just. Congrats.
Summer to remember. We'll see you next year.
Okay. Congrats, everybody. Congratulations. Congratulations.
thank you.
So fun.
Thank you for everything. See you soon.
Mike, could you let me know if the 12U is ready or not yet, or because I can. When you. They are.
Yep.
Who's?
Ready? Okay, if the Brookfield 12U or the girls majors want to come in and maybe just kind of line up over here on the side. Maybe just. If you ladies want to just maybe line up maybe by the screen and we'll.
Their uniforms, I love it.
Get some. Okay, and again, these faces may look familiar. They're kind of veterans here. But you have before you tonight the Brookfield Softball Majors All-Star State Champions from Brookfield. This team had an incredible summer. They went all the way to the regionals. And I think you lost to Ohio, who was the eventual regional champ, I believe. Is that correct? It was very exciting. You guys were famous. You were on TV. We saw all you guys on TV and coaches. ESPN actually is giving the appropriate coverage now to girls softball, which has been lacking in the past. So it was very exciting. It was just a great summer. There was watch parties going on throughout the town. Irish Times and some other establishments had watch parties for some people that couldn't make it. I know we traveled very well to Ohio for the regionals, but they had a great run, and the state championship was very, very exciting, almost too exciting. I was trying to listen to the game on Game Changer. I was on my way to a family vacation, and I was following it. I need to know tonight, who was doing Game Changer that night? Okay. Because, I don't know if you know what Game Changer, it's an app where you can follow the game. If you can't be at the game, and they actually have like an audio broadcast of the game. So the girls are winning by 1 run. It's going into the bottom of the last inning. I'm driving to Michigan, listening to the game. I'm listening to the game. There's 2 outs. There's 2 strikes, I think. And I'm waiting for the pitch. I'm waiting for the pitch. I'm waiting for the pitch. 2 minutes goes by. 5 minutes goes by. 10 minutes goes by. There's no update on the app. I pulled over into a rest area and frantically started texting people that I knew that were at the game, and I was getting no response as to what was going on. So I was very, very nervous. And it was about 20 minutes, half hour later that I found out, oh yeah, we won. And I understand you were a little too excited to record the last out, which I believe was which was a strikeout in the app. So I was probably one of the last people to know. But it was a very exciting game. It was a great summer. Very, very proud of you. And again, winning is very important, and you guys won the state, and you made it all the way to regionals. But again, the compliments that we received on the sportsmanship of both the young ladies, the fans, the support we had, what a great softball program we have here, just makes us all very proud. We're very proud of you for winning the championship and going that far. We're also proud of hearing about that too, and I know you guys. This is your last year in Little League, but I know you also move on to other things and other travel sports, and you've set a good example for the teams that are behind you, and Brookfield softball is doing really well, and you guys have set it up. So congratulations to you and your coaches. So we're going to, Trustee Gilhooly's going to join me down here to pass these out. And again, any family members that want to come up, we'll have the girls come up, get their certificates, and line up here across this way. And any family members that want to. Actually, the certificates read, the Village of Brookfield Board of Trustees congratulates and commends the 2023 Little League Softball Majors All-Star State Champions. So that's what each certificate is.
Lisa Hilkenberg Buell, manager. Kevin Kruger, coach. Angelo Nasty, John Poole, coach. Jeff Musimi, coach. Greg Fox, coach. Okay, ready? Braylon Naylor.
main pitchers, I know that, and I know she pitched, I think, a complete game one-hitter in the district championship, am I correct? They were up by 1 run, and she had to come in to pitch, which is big to come into the state championship game. And I think they were up by 1 run, tying run on second, and they had to bring in the relief pitcher. But if I'm not mistaken, they brought you in with 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, not a batter. No pressure, no pressure. What'd you do? Commissioner Aguilar would like to take a picture with you.
Yes, this is a big deal. I'll make sure the county, the whole state, big news. Congratulations, girls. Excellent.
All right, stay up there, ladies. If any other family wants to come and get a better picture, please come up or arrange them however you like to.
We can arrange them.
Yeah, let me grab the. All right.
Excellent. I feel like we should get out of the way. No? Look at this. I gotta take pictures of the parents taking pictures.
So you want to say a few words, or?
The girls, we all definitely felt the support from town. I mean, they would come back. They did not have their phones during games, so if you tried to text them or us, there were no phones. They were in a bag. You can imagine after the first game we won at the Central Region, that bag was physically, like Madonna had that bag, was like physically shaking. So they would immediately, obviously, all get online and see who had sent them stuff. And I think it was a
little bit overwhelming in the excitement of knowing like how many people had stopped their lives to watch us play. Whether they were on vacation or they were home, we had people driving in and out from Indianapolis and back for games, just calling to check in, the good, the bad, you know, regardless, there was a ton of support. It's always been a softball town. We're hoping to keep it that way and, you know, just keep the program really strong. We've had a lot of support for Little League in the softball program, and, you know, we hope that the girls that come after them get to continue that support. So thank you for those of you who continue to support the program and the league, and you know, we had a number of generous sponsors this year who really made it possible for all of our families to travel, which was also really exciting. So all of our girls got to have their families with them.
Nice.
Congratulations. I think they might be available for autographs too.
Except they don't know cursive, so.
Right. So true.
The autograph sessions are.
Congratulations, ladies. And you're welcome to stick around for the village board meeting.
Congrats, Angela. So exciting. Congrats to you. Great. How are you? Oh my gosh. Very sweet. Sweet.
All right, we're going to try and keep going here. I know there'll be a little bit of noise in the back of the room. That's okay. But we'll move on to reports of special committees at this point. Trustee Cote, please.
I would like to make a motion to approve corporate warrant dated September 25th, 2023, in the amount of $1,468,756.76.
Second.
Okay, the motion was made by Trustee Cote, second by Trustee Kaluzny. Anything you want to point out on the warrant?
No, not this time.
Okay, any questions or comments from the board about the warrant? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Niramatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
In regards to DPW, the Streets Division has been, they completed the sidewalk program punch list and generated a restoration list for asphalt, concrete, and turf restorations. Our forestry team has started stump grinding this week. They completed 8 of the 75 locations, and our water crew excavated 5 sites to identify material type for water services on the water main improvement project. As always, if you see an issue in town, the best method for getting this information passed along is to use See-Click-Fix. So please do that, and then DPW will get to it as soon as they can. In regards to the library, residents should have received a postcard signaling the return of the Taste of Brookfield, an event that's going to be hosted by the library. It used to be hosted, and it will be hosted again comes September 2024. The library this year has teamed up with the Greater Food Depository, the Greater Chicago Food Depository earlier, and they're going to do so again for the fall and the winter months to provide school-age kids with snacks beginning October 2nd, going through March 20th, and that'll be between 3 and 5 p.m. And a reminder that the library has a new web address. They are transitioning to www.lsfbrookfieldlibrary.org. Both addresses will work. The old one and the new one will still continue to work until November 1st, when only the new one will work. A reminder, the Voice of Democracy is a program open to students ages grades 9 through 12. There's an October 31st deadline. If you can just go online and look for Voice of Democracy. This is a task to write an essay and record yourself reading it based on different subject each year associated with the veteran community. You compete for a grand prize of $35,000 scholarship. Please do so. Don't let this opportunity pass. You can get minor scholarships on the way up to the national one that's $35,000. A Brookfield resident last year made it to district, and he got a $100 scholarship, which is more than if he didn't apply for it. So you never know what you're going to get out of this. September is Suicide Prevention Month. If you are struggling, you need to talk to somebody, please dial 988. If you're a veteran, dial 988 and hit option 1. You'll be you'll be sent to a veteran specialist at that point. And then the past couple weeks, I was able to attend a veteran suicide prevention seminar. I just want to run through some numbers real quick. And according to new released numbers, veteran suicide has reduced from 22 vets a day to 17 vets a day. Veteran suicide rate is still 58% higher than any other group, of which 60% of them are still over the age of 50. Suicide is the second leading cause of deaths for veterans. 60% of veteran suicides are those who have not reached out or received care from the VA. So if you have somebody they need to get care from the VA, please have them reach out. It is estimated that each suicide does affect 135 people. If you have been affected, you too can call 988 and they can connect you to survivor assistance programs. Veterans looking for mental health assistance can do so via the Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. If you call 312-569-6177, they'll get you started on enrollments. You do not need special training to have compassion for somebody in need. Special training is not required to safely raise a subject. Helping someone to feel included and showing genuine, heartfelt support can make a huge difference in that challenging time. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Cote. Trustee Gahuli, before I move on to Chamber of Commerce, I moved the agenda around a little bit and there was public comment. Mrs. Dufek, were you here for public comment? Is there anything you wanted to say? We already passed that, but is there something you wanted to say public comment-wise?
Yes, I did want to ask Trustee how she's going to notify us of the November 13th meeting.
I think you're referring to Trustee Kaluzny about the South Kiwanis.
South Kiwanis Park.
From what I understand, we have not had a commission meeting since our last board meeting. Our commission meeting is tomorrow, so I can follow up with you after that. But I do believe they are going to be putting printed invitations in the mailboxes, as well as sending emails, but they have not done that yet.
Just to South Hollywood or all of Hollywood?
I'll find out tomorrow when we have our next Conservation Commission meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Dufek.
Thank you.
Trustee Gahuli, Chamber of Commerce, please.
Okay, the Chamber of Commerce has an exciting announcement that the Brookfield Farmers Market has won a wonderful award. They won first place in a farmers market competition from America's Farmland Trust for the #1 farmers market in the state of Illinois. Second in the Midwest, and the 4th nationally. So they win a nice monetary award for that they plan to put right back to good use and to some different programming for next summer, which may also include maybe a scholarship or an internship program for the market. So they're working out the details of that, but very exciting. And that was over 2,000 markets were involved in that competition. So pretty great for Brookfield. The Fine Arts Fest, sponsored by the Chamber, is also this weekend. This coming weekend, the 30th, from 9 to 4 p.m. in Kiwanis Park. So please come out. There will be lots of different vendors, sidewalk chalk contest, food, drinks, and just lots of wonderful talent there and things to see and do and buy. The 60 to Win contest, or it's drawing, I should say, is going on. We're in our 3rd week. The numbers are drawn. If you had purchased a number there, those are going on every Thursday. The numbers are drawn and then posted to their website, posted to Facebook. You can even watch it on Facebook Live to see them draw the numbers over at Joe's Saloon. So, and every time they pick a number, it goes right back in the bin and they spin it. So one person last week won twice in the same drawing. So, so pretty great. So keep an eye on that if you purchased any of those tickets. The other thing I just wanted to say is that this weekend you can also buy tickets at the farmers market. They're doing a drawing for a smokeless fire pit. They also have several Beach Avenue barbecue gift cards that are going to be part of this drawing that they'll be pulling at the October 7th market. So, but this weekend is a good time to go and buy some of those tickets and support the market. The last thing I want to say is just about the Proviso Township Mental Health Commission. Again, portion of our tax dollars go to support the mission of this organization that supports over 13 different communities in Proviso Township. They offer services from mental health, substance abuse, developmental disabilities, domestic abuse, senior care, youth prevention services, crisis hotlines, and there's all different types of community events. So please go to their website, or you can call if you have any, need to know which way to go. But ptmhc.org, it's a great website to go to find out all the different agencies that receive funding through the Proviso Township Mental Health Commission. And the other thing I'll just say to add on to Trustee Cote's report on September being Suicide Prevention Month, there are a number of things, for instance, that the Commission has done in working with agencies. There were a number of suicides, unfortunately, at some of our high schools during COVID. And so they ran a whole range of different programs to try to educate and help and support, because one of the ideas is that you don't want to talk about suicide because that'll encourage it, which is actually the opposite of what the research shows and what the professionals say, that you do want to have more communication and talk more. So they're really doing some great work with our communities to try to help people out. So another resource for that is just NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI. Go to NAMI.org. Tremendous amount of resources there for individuals and families. There's free sessions, free educational sessions you can attend, and they're located all across the United States. So great organization for outreach as well. And that ends my report.
Thank you for getting that word out, both Trustee Gahuli and Trustee Cote. And just to piggyback on the Chamber of Commerce and award-winning Brookfield businesses, the WGN News is hosting a tournament of the best wings in Chicago, and our own Off-Broadway has advanced all the way to the Elite Eight and is in a close matchup. You can vote online, go to WGN News, and just look up Best Wings in Chicago, and you could vote. I believe you could vote once a day. This round ends on Thursday. We need some heavy voting to come out the next couple of days to get them into the Final Four. So we all know they have the best wings around, so let's do that. And Martin from Irish Times reached me right before the board meeting and informed me that for those of you on Instagram, Chicago Pubs is hosting the Best Irish Pub in Chicago bracket tournament, and Irish Times is currently has a pretty substantial lead in the first round, but they don't want to take anything for granted. So if you're on Instagram, follow Chicago Pubs, and they have if you look for, they have the Best Irish Pub in Chicago bracket. You can vote for Irish Times and continue to vote for them as they advance. We know we have great establishments, and we're willing to share that word with everyone else, so let's get some wins for some of these businesses. So, Trustee Hendricks, Planning and Zoning.
The Planning and Zoning Commission this week has been canceled. There's nothing new to discuss. So any open cases from last month will be continued to next month, October. And that's my report.
Thank you, Trustee Hendricks. Trustee Ketchmark, Administration, Economic Development.
The Economic Development Commission met last Wednesday, and several items came out of that meeting. One of them being that the group that brought us the Intelligentsia bike race has agreed to bring the race back to Brookfield next year if we agree to that. The commission approved a PIP grant for Brookfield Dental Salon. That's the little dental salon at the corner, the triangular corner up on Broadway. There were some tweaks in their request that involve lighting, and that will be coming to us at our next committee meeting. We did have a guest at the meeting. Economic Development Commissioner from Elmhurst, Chris Labonte, talked about his role as an Economic Development Commissioner there, and it was interesting hearing the contrast between how they do things and how we do things. And I think our commissioners were pretty happy to hear how much involvement they actually get to have here compared to in Elmhurst. But maybe the biggest news that came out of there is the commission has a unanimous recommendation for a $300,000 TIF incentive for downtown development at what we would call the Triangle area right across from Sebastian's. That will be coming to this board for consideration at our next committee meeting. This is a pretty major development in an area, would make a tremendous improvement to the downtown. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you, Trustee Ketchmark. Trustee Naramatsu, Parks and Recreation.
Yes, so the big news, Alert's tennis, pickleball, and basketball courts have been reopened. There was a grand opening on September 23rd. I unfortunately couldn't be there, but I just want to thank Luke and his staff, Director Luke Gunderson and his staff, for overseeing the project and the event. It looked like it was a beautiful day out for that event, so thank you. Kiwanis and Teen Camp Survey, I just want to report out that Director Gunderson had done a survey for parents and kids of the summer camps this past summer and got really positive feedback. So that's great. And the recreation supervisor interviews have begun. I believe they have not been one chosen yet, but hopefully very, very soon. Applications have been coming in and interviews have started. This weekend is a really busy weekend ahead for the Parks and Rec Department. So the last concert in the park is on September 29th. That's on Friday with Pete's Diary. And the last music on Grand for the season is on September 30th with Sushi Roll as the headliner. As Nicole mentioned, we also have the Fine Arts Festival and the Duck Race hosted by the Brookfield Women's Club, and which benefits the Brookfield Parks and Rec Foundation. It will be at noon at the Fine Arts Festival, and you can still buy ducks if you're interested. They'll be on sale that morning. I think we are almost sold out. Last I checked, we had maybe 2 dozen, maybe. Don't quote me on that. Let's see. Actually, in relation to the foundation, I also want to announce that we are doing our fall fundraising event on November 9th, so stay tuned for details on that. And the last thing I have is that a couple members of our Parks and Rec Commission are planning to have a volunteer fair on April 21st from 10 to 2. We've had these in the past, apparently, and they've been really successful, and so they're going to bring it back, and they're just starting organizing that event. They'll be reaching out for organizations who might be interested in soliciting volunteers. And if you're interested in participating, you can contact me, or you can contact Patty Chimera or Mary Viscassel or Shannon Towers, who are all commissioners on our Parks and Rec Commission. They're also starting to scout some locations, so if anyone has any thoughts on that, let me know. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Trustee Kaluzny, Conservation and Beautification.
Yes, the Conservation Commission has not met since our last meeting, but they have been very busy. They had 2 events, one an alternative fuel car program with the Brookfield Library on September 16th. Very successful, lots of good conversations between residents about that. And then they held their annual Meet the Creek event this past Saturday from 12 to 4. They had over 200 people in canoes and kayaks and many more in the activities at the picnic pavilion. A huge thank you to the Conservation Commissioners and all of our partners, especially Bridget Jakubiak and Iris Overstreet Stroop from the Commission, who organized all of the activities and all of the partnerships for the weekend, and to our new Commissioner, Jen Nelson, for trying out our first zero waste event attempt. So that was pretty fun, and being able to have volunteers to help sort people's waste. Also, thank you to Luke and the Parks and Rec Department, and to Vince and Public Works for all of the coordination and logistics and the extra help that day to get everything done. It went really smoothly. Thank you to Troop 90 and to Trustee Cote for loading everybody in and out of their kayaks and canoes and boats for hours and hours, and making sure they didn't go past either of the bridges and get lost in their boating devices. I also have a few more thanks, so sorry, but I'm going to say them all out loud. A huge thank you to Mark Weber and John Platt as well, supporting all of the boaters, and our partnerships from the Brookfield Zoo, Brookfield Library, the Salt Creek Watershed Network, the Natural Naturalist, and her very cute baby possum. I Love Native Plants had a fall plant sale. The North American Native Fish Association, who found more than 12 native fish species to share with everybody during the event in the creek. The Brookfield Native Plants Club, Evan West and his amazing birding display from the Oak Savannah, and the LT and RB volunteers that helped out that day. Everyone had a great day. We look forward to next year. Our next meeting for Conservation Commission is tomorrow night, the 26th at 6:30 p.m. For the Beautification Commission, fall planters and fall decorating on Grand are going to be this Saturday at the 30th at 9:30 a.m. So if you stop by, you can honk your horn while we're planting some flowers. So that should look nice for the next few weeks. And then Project Nice, Fall Project Nice is coming up on October 14th at 8:30 a.m. in Kiwanis Park Pavilion. So look forward to that event. Our next meeting is October 10th at 6:30 p.m. here at Village Hall. And that ends my report.
Thank you very much, Trustee Kaluzny. In terms of Solid Waste Agency and the WCMC, I did tender my resignation as president of the Solid Waste Agency. I have been, actually, we've lost track of how many years I was president of the Solid Waste Agency. I'm very proud of my service. It's a pleasure to work with the board of directors and the staff from the Solid Waste Agency. I was just, other commitments and other time commitments have come up, and there is a great board and a great group of people that will be able to continue the mission, the very important mission of the Solid Waste Agency, and I will support that. But I did submit my resignation on that last week. I will still be active in the agency, and I will still be active with the WCMC. I do plan on attending the annual dinner of the WCMC this Friday on behalf of the village. So I just wanted to publicly thank everyone on the Solid Waste Agency for the support of all the years as president. So that ends my report at this time. I would entertain a motion to pass the omnibus agenda.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Cote. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Niramatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We have one item under regular business. I'd entertain a motion to pass an ordinance approving a variance from Section 62-75 bulk yard and space requirements of the zoning code to construct a new garage at 3106 Oak Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Hendricks. This was discussed at the last committee of the whole meeting. There was a unanimous favorable recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission. Any questions from the board? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Niramatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. That ends the items under regular business. Manager's report, Tim?
Just a couple quick items, President Garvey. First, some good news. The village is the happy recipient, thanks to Chief Adams' work in applying for a grant through the Riverside Township for $15,000 for a stair chair. Power assistance stair chair, which will help safety, help keep our employees safe, and is most importantly, keep the patients safe as we transport patients up and down stairs. So, nice job on that. And sadly, our management analyst, Logan Guattari, who is the invisible man behind the Wizard of Oz curtain that makes us all look good on video, will be leaving us. He accepted a position with the Village of Elk Grove Village, so he will be, after this week, he will be gone. So wish him a fond farewell.
Thank you to Logan. Let's have a big thank you for Logan. He could hear it back there.
That is all.
Okay, thank you. At 7:31, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the village board meeting.
So
moved. Second.
Motion was made by
C1.
Trustee Cote, according to Clerk Weber, and then second by Trustee Niramatsu, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, roll call, please. Don't fight, children.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Niramatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, we're adjourned at 7:32 PM. We'll